Hello, intergalactic kayak fishing community. I'm Ty and you're watching YAK'N TEXAS.
Hey, I'm Ernie from South Florida, from Impact Lures, and you're watching YAK'N TEXAS.
I'm Ty. I have got a special guest today. A new buddy of mine, Ernie from Impact Lures. How's it going, Ernie?
Good, good. Everything's fine.
You're starting out with some wood, some hard woods, right?
Yeah, we use, predominantly we use maple now. It just seems to turn really good for us. It holds up and it's got a good weight. You can really cast it and it's still buoyant, which is what I happen to like about it.
So maple.
But it's between kind of pine and oak, like right in the middle. It's got a nice tight grain, holds the hardware really well, paint's good. Well, the next process is milling it down, which I usually do this in bulk. And we'll cut them all 3/4 inch, 1 inch, 1.5 inches for the tuna guys. They want big plugs, so it just depends on what I'm turning. And I'll cut it down to pretty much the diameter that it's going to be turned at. And then after that, we mount it on, get it centered on the wood lathe, turn it with the chisels, and get it to tune it to exactly where we want it, because 1/8 of an inch off means it's going to move in a different direction. So we use calipers, we use rulers, and we get it to the exact specifications.
Now on this 30-mile plug, is it maple too?
This 30-mile plug, the original one that we prototyped was mahogany. Then I made it maple, and the maple just casts a little bit further. It floats almost exactly the same, and what happens is it takes the paint a little bit better because the mahogany tends to be darker. Especially with the lighter colors, you don't have to initially dip it and seal it more than once because it's a lighter color and it'll take the white, and it'll be a brilliant white after the first dip.
30-mile out plug, we got it going in chartreuse, which I love, by the way, man. It looks awesome. It's a good color.
It's a nice color, nice and bright, and I like your idea with the orange eyes. Man, it really makes it pop.
You dip, seal, and paint at this point, right?
Yeah, you got your first dipping process, which seals the wood, and we got a unique way that we came up with doing that. We can do 20, 30, 50 at a time this way, but it'll seal the wood. It'll actually give you a base coat for the airbrush paint to stick to.
So when somebody calls in or emails you, you send them that thing you sent me with all the patterns?
Yeah, right now I have, it's a color chart that we produced, and I have, I do salt and fresh. So I got everything from baby mackerel patterns to redfish patterns, to all kinds of bait fish. Even the freshwater guys want shad and stuff. Probably 18 colors on the chart, but I do way more than that on personal requests. All the old school ones seem to stick. The white with the red head, the chartreuse like you like is a popular one. Baby bass for the freshwater guys, mullet for the intercoastal and saltwater guys. The traditional stuff.
Great. The hardware. What kind of hooks and stuff are you using for most of them?
I'm using all stainless steel hardware. You'll notice on it there's a little cup washer on each side, and that kind of double seals it, and it gives a little bit of strength in there too. And all stainless steel eye-rings, which are screwed in anywhere from 1 inch to 2 inches deep into the maple.
Right. And
this way you got a good bite in there. I've made a specific one for black-tip shark fishing down here with owner Aki hooks on it and 150-pound split rings.
Okay, so you're involved in this black tip shark contest tagging thing, and you've got a plug designed for it?
Yeah, Josh Jorgensen, the founder of it, I got in contact with him through YouTube, through some videos, and Greg and I were down there, and I had it was a 6-inch long oak plug with a tuna hook on the back, and we originally thrown it to be indestructible for bluefish. And in these bluefish frenzies, we noticed these sharks coming out of the water and popping these things top water. We're talking 50, 90 pounders.
Wow.
So I talked to Josh and I said, we're starting to catch these sharks on these plugs. So he had me design one for him specifically for these sharks. And it's a tough plug, I can tell you that.
These plugs seem to be working out pretty well for me on the Texas coast as well so far.
I know you guys are familiar with kingfish, which is a blast to catch on top water if you can get them going out there.
So
Jack Brevel, all of them, most of them work with these plugs. I mean, these things are fresh and salt water.
The last week in July, we got a kayak kingfish tournament. Which impact plug would you recommend?
For kingfish, I would say The popper is the one that that I designed for you, probably in the 4-inch. You could even go 5, 6-inch with that.
Yeah.
Just because you'll be able to move it fast through the water, you know, to get them excited. The bucktail is, you know, I definitely recommend on just about any of the saltwater ones.
Right.
And I would say as a general, just the white with the red head, you know, bright like the chartreuse like you got. Anything that, you know, match the hatch. You fly fish, so you know that's a big expression. If you can find out what they're looking like, I'll paint it.
Well, I really appreciate you talking to us today on YAK'N TEXAS, Ernie.
No problem.
Man, I am super pumped about the new 30 miles out plug. Ernie and I from Impact Lures put our heads together and came up with the chartreuse goose. Man, this thing is stout, it's hardwood, chunks of country mile. They're great for the Texas coast. They're great for Texas bass. Until next time, I'm Ty. Go check out impactlures.com, and we're going to catch you right here next time on YAK'N TEXAS. Hey, check out my fishing show, 30 Miles Out, right here on YouTube. And you can go to 30milesout.com.
Hey, I'm Ernie from Impact Lures. You've been watching YAK'N TEXAS, and stay tuned for more great videos and awesome plugs.